Let's start with NBA for tonight. The Sacramento Kings closing out a long road trip in Phoenix tonight. Looking at the Wager Talk Live odds screen, we've seen a little bit of Kings money. Phoenix now -4, -4.5. Total sitting at 244. What are we going to do with the Suns and the Kings Tuesday night NBA?
Well, Teddy, you know I'm a situational guy, and when I sit down to start to handicap a card, I look through the schedule, I look at the game logs, and look at what teams are coming off of, what they got on deck, and so forth. And right away, you started with one of the things. Sacramento's ending a long road trip. They've been on the road for 5 games. I also look at things that I like to fade or go with, and there's several things that Sacramento checks the boxes on for me to go against. One of them is I like to fade teams who are underdogs and played their guts out against a top team in their last game and come up short. Well, that is Sacramento. They played Milwaukee in their last game, barn burner. Also like to go against teams that lost in overtime. Well, guess what? That Milwaukee game was an overtime game. Then I also like to look at teams who lost looking good. You know, I've said it before. I like to look at teams that won ugly because people think they were lucky. Well, I like to go against teams that look good in losing because people expect them to bounce back. Can you possibly look any better than losing 143 to 142 in a barn burner that they were? So I am going to go ahead and go with Sacramento, or go against Sacramento tonight. We have Phoenix returning home, and usually I do look to go against the team at home whenever they are returning home. But because Phoenix lost the first 2 meetings to Sacramento, they're not going to look past them. They're not going to be flat, and they saw what they just did to Milwaukee. So for me, I'm taking Phoenix, and I'm laying the points.
So my numbers show the Suns now 3-11 against the spread. Their last 14 tries on any floor laying -3 or higher. They've been consistently poor favorites, and it really hasn't changed any stretch this season. Does that concern you? Do you worry at all about a team's track record in a particular role? Because you've been playing against the Suns at home. You've been playing against the Suns as chalk. You've been making money all year. Does that worry you in this instance?
Well, obviously, yes, you look at a stat like that, but when you're looking at a team that is a semi-marquee name but has marquee players, obviously Kevin Durant, they're going to be overvalued most of the time. I think because of all the things I just said with Sacramento, I'm actually getting a little bit of value with Phoenix in this game on this particular number. And I do have one stat. I always got to say one thing for the rebuttal with you. And there's an angle in the NBA that when you play against a road underdog coming off 2 or more road losses, and they're facing a team that won by 10 or more points on the road in their last game, it's a small sample size, but it's over 5 years. 25-7 against the spread is the going against those teams. And that would say to take Phoenix tonight. So for everything that I said, I'm going to go ahead and go with Phoenix and look for that good effort tonight from them.